Game 2. Racers look hot. They took Game 1 against Evansville. Can we see Stevenson and Dunbar go off again in game number 2? Evansville Hawks, Centerton Racers coming up next. It's game 2 of the night and game 2 of the series here from Centerton. Welcome to the Centerburg Drive-In Court, everyone. It's game 2 of the series between the Evansville Hawks and the Centerton Racers. Let's meet the starting five for both. For the Hawks, they have Gavin Wolfley, Micah Moeller, Trenton Wolfley, Rohan Pearson, and Trey Harper. And on the Racers, they have Cooper Dunbar, Nash Sigmund, Landon Lampley, Levi Welty, and Jonathan Stevenson. The Racers look great, and we are underway in game number 2. Earlier this afternoon, we saw the Huskies beat the Solar Flares big time with Wiederholt destroying them. Moeller will miss the 2. Stevenson rebound. Now here's Lampley with it. Lampley to Sigmund. Here's Sigmund with it. He looks. Getting covered. Now he goes up. And the ball will stay up there for a little bit. Rebound by the Hawks. Now here's Gavin Wolfley. Pass to Pearson. Pearson for 2. Rohan Pearson for 2. Now here's Nash Sigmund. Pass to Lampley. Landon Lampley for 2. Tied up at 2. Now here's Wolfley. Wolfley has the ball now. He looks. Now here's Trenton Wolfley. Wolfley getting covered by Lampley. Back to Pearson. Rohan Pearson will miss the 3. Here's Stevenson now. Stevenson pass to Sigmund. Sigmund has it back to Dunbar. Here's Cooper Dunbar. Dunbar there. Wolfley cover. Now it's Welty. Levi Welty to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund for 2. Racers up by 2. Here's Micah Moeller now with it. Coming up tomorrow, we have early afternoon game from Terre Haute and tomorrow night from Plainfield. Here's Wolfley with it. Dunbar slipped as Wolfley was able to make the 2. We are tied up once again. Now here's Dunbar. Back to Welty, back to Dunbar, back to Welty. Stevenson there. Here's Welty. Looks back to Stevenson, who dunks it in. Stevenson with the slam. And the Hawks are down by 2. Here's Wolfley. Covered by Dunbar. Gavin Wolfley. Missing the 3. Sigmund with the rebound. Great rebound by Nash. Now here's Dunbar. Dunbar missing the 3. Pearson with the rebound. Pearson to Moeller. Micah Moeller will miss the 3. Welty gets it back. Back to Dunbar. Dunbar to Sigmund. Here's Nash Sigmund with it. Sigmund pass to Dunbar. Dunbar looks. Keeps it himself. Going up for 3. Dunbar makes those big time. He can shoot. Here's Gavin Wolfley. Wolfley has a pass to Trenton. Here's Trenton Wolfley now. Back to Gavin. Gavin Wolfley will miss the 2. Welty rebound. Dunbar back to Lampley. Here is Lampley with it. Back to Welty. Welty to Dunbar. Dunbar has it. He looks around. Covered by Wolfley. Dunbar to Welty. Now it's Lampley. Landon Lampley will miss the 3. Harper gets it back. Harper to Pearson. Big time cover there. Pearson missing the 2. Welty rebound. Sigmund with the ball now. Back to Welty. Welty pass to Stevenson. Stevenson to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar. Missing the 3. It's Moeller with the rebound. Moeller to Pearson. Back to Wolfley. Back to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley And he will miss the three as well. Lampley with the rebound now. Lampley to Stevenson. Pass to Dunbar. Dunbar inside the paint for two. This Racers team can score really quick. Wolfrey has it. Timeout, Evansville. The Hawks call a timeout. And the Racers are up 11-4. And we welcome you back here to Centerton. Once again, this is game 2 of the night. Earlier this afternoon, we saw the game in Orange Beach. Yeah, earlier this afternoon, we saw the game in Orange Beach. Orange Beach was able to win that game. Now, Dunbar gives it back to Bowler. No, Orange Beach didn't win that game. That was all Evansville in that one. Traveling wise for us, we have a studio that we broadcast from as Bowler shoots and misses the three. Yeah, we broadcast from a studio, but sometimes, like this one, we come out to the games and watch. Carter Crum for three. Racers up by 10. And by watch, I mean broadcast. We are broadcasting live here from the Centerbrook Drive-In Court. And we were in our studio when Orange Beach was playing, and the two is good. Bowler will make the two-pointer from the pass from Irwin. Durant Irwin got the pass to Crum. Crum looks to keep it himself. He does. Crum to Irwin. Irwin keeps it. Covered by Pearson. Durant Irwin for two. 10-point game. Here's Moeller. Moeller covered by Gordon. Micah Moeller has the ball. Moeller looks for three. He will miss the three. From rebound. Puts it up after the buzzer. But it's a 10-point game after the first quarter. The Racers up by 10. We will be back from the Centerbrook Drive-In Court here in Centerton, Indiana. It's the CSKN NBA playoffs. Conference semifinals, second quarter is underway. Jackson Gordon with it. Now it's Carter Crum. He will miss the three. Gardner will get the rebound. Now it's Gardner with it. Looks. Here we go. The three. Michael Moeller will miss. Welty gives it back to Garrett Irwin. Now here's Gordon. Jackson Gordon for three. Now here's Jetta Minette. He's out there with Moeller, Dalton Gardner, and Ty Benton. Minette with it. Back to Dalton. Drew Dalton will miss the two. Irwin with the rebound. It's Garrett Irwin. Passing. Now the pass to Gordon. Now here's Crum. Carter Crum back to Garrett Irwin. Garrett back to Carter. Here's Crum with it. Crum goes up for two. And the Racers are up big on the Hawks. Here's Minette. He has the ball. Minette has it. Looks, trying to keep it himself. He does for two. Hawks will score. Minette for two. Now here's Carter Crum. Crum. Timeout, Centerton. The Racers call a timeout, but they are up big. 21-8. live from Centerton. Well, I know for a fact that everybody in the stands love watching this one. This is a great game we have seen here tonight. The Racers have looked really strong. Same as, but not the Hawks. The Hawks are usually really good, but the Racers are really good tonight. Listen it back out to the court here from the Centerbrook Drive-In Court.
Substitution on the court.
Trenton Wolfley is back into the game. Same as Cooper Dunbar. Here's Jackson Gordon with it. Gordon gives it to Crum. Carter Crum with it again. Crum looks back to Irwin. It is Irwin back to Dunbar. Dunbar keeps it. Hubert Dunbar missing the three. Tipped by Dalton and Irwin, but Dalton gets it back. Here's Manette. Manette passing Muller. Micah Muller for two. And the Hawks have 10 tonight. Gordon gives it back to Crum. It's an 11-point lead. Crum has it. Big pass to Dunbar. Dunbar has it. Pass to Irwin. It's Grant Irwin. He's going to go up and score. Racers up by 13. Field goal percentage tonight. The Racers have 63%. Hawks 31. Muller looks for two. He will miss the shot. Dunbar with the rebound. Dunbar pass to Crum. Crum back to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar for two. Timeout Evansville. Dunbar and the Racers up by 15. And we welcome you back here to Centerton. Look at the field goal percentage this season. The league leaders, Stevenson, is leading that list. Now, here's Micah Muller with it. Muller has the ball. Lampley covering. Here's Muller. Drives it in. Now it's Gardner. Pass back to Wolfley. Now it's Muller. Muller has it. Muller looks, Lampley covering. Muller to Pearson, now to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley has it. Big time cover by Dunbar. Rohan Pearson will miss the three. Dunbar with the rebound. Nothing is falling for the Hawks. Dunbar, pass to Welty. Welty, back to Lampley. Lampley to Gordon. Jackson Gordon will miss the shot. Muller gets the rebound. Almost rebounded, though, by Lampley. Here's Pearson. Back to Muller. Muller gives it to Gardner. Gardner back to Pearson. Pearson to Muller. Muller to Gardner. Grady Gardner missing the three again. Here's Dunbar. Pass to Stevenson. Stevenson has it. He goes up, and he will score. Racers up by 17. Great shot by Jonathan Stevenson. Now here's Gavin Wolfley. Pass to Pearson. Pearson to Gardner. Back to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley missing the three. Gordon with the rebound. Gordon has it. Keeps it himself. Missing the three. Almost went in. Almost made a 20-point game. Muller gives it to Wolfley. Trenton Wolfley with it. Wolfley, pass to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley goes up, will miss the two. Stevenson with the rebound. They are struggling big time here in this one. Stevenson back to Dunbar. Dunbar gives it to Welty. Levi Welty back to Gordon. It's Gordon, not Garden. Jackson Gordon out there, back to Welty, now to Dunbar. Dunbar for three, 20-point game. They lead it by 20. Here's Trenton Wolfley. Has the ball. Looks, drives it in himself. Back to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley, and he will miss the 3. Stevenson pass to Dunbar. Dunbar looks to keep it himself. Here's Dunbar with it. Dunbar looks, keeps it himself, will miss the 3. Muller to Wolfley. Here's Gavin Wolfley, back to Micah Muller. Muller holds it himself, Langfley covering, back to Trenton. Trenton Wolfley, pass to Pearson, back to Muller again. Micah Muller, missing the 3. Gordon with the rebound. Gordon back to Welly, now it's Dunbar. Dunbar goes up. He will miss the 2. But the Racers are up by 20. 30-10 at halftime. Let's send you now to the Nova Rain halftime show. It's the Nova Rain halftime show, folks. And if you already turned this game off, that is fine. Centerton having a huge lead. Stevenson really good, but Dunbar is having a great day. Same as Carter Crum. Take a look at the bracket. You see the Huskies are up 2-0 on the Solar Flares. Big time game coming up tomorrow afternoon from Terre Haute. The Arrows host the Raiders. That is an early afternoon game, as we will be there. Then we will be traveling back to Plainfield to watch Carmel take on the Thunder. Back to this game. Micah Muller has 4 points tonight. Cooper Dunbar has 10. Those are your top performers. Hawks, Racers, coming back up here in the second half. It's the second half of play. The Racers are up by 20, 30-10. And guys, let's take a look at a guy to watch for here in the second half. It's Cooper Dunbar. Dunbar has been amazing tonight. Multiple shots inside the paint and a few threes as well. Great playing tonight for Dunbar. And we are back underway from Centerton. The Racers have the ball and the lead. Dunbar to Welding. Here's Welding with it. Welding to Stevenson. He will put it up for 2. Stevenson for 2. Racers up by 22. Here's Wolfley with it. Back to Muller. Micah Muller missing the 3. Rebounded by Jonathan Stevenson. Stevenson to Dunbar. Here's Dunbar with it. Back to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund missing the 3. Wolfley with the rebound. Wolfley to Harper. Trey Harper to Muller. Muller with it. Micah Muller with the slam. Dunbar is now on a poster. What a dunk by Micah Muller. Now it's a 20-point lead again. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Hand off to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund keeps it himself for 3. Sigmund has been great all season and in the playoffs. Here's Wolfley. Pass to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley. He will miss the 3. Big-time rebound by Stevenson. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar back to Sigmund. Back to Dunbar. Now it's Langfley. Langfley to Stevenson. Big pass to Sigmund. Sigmund will miss the 3. Pearson with the rebound. Pearson back to Muller. Muller has it. Pass to Wolfley. Wolfley back to Pearson now. Pearson to Trenton. Now it's Gavin. Here's Harper. Trey Harper with it. Harper to Wolfley. Back to Gavin Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley for 3. Big time 3-pointer by Gavin Wolfley and the Evansville Hawks. Dunbar has the ball. He looks, keeps it himself. Now pass to Sigmund. Sigmund keeps it himself for 3. Sigmund for 3 again. Now here's Gavin Wolfley with it. Wolfley has it. Covered by Dunbar. Pass to Harper. Trey Harper missing the 2. Sigmund with the rebound. Pass to Stevenson. Stevenson for 2. 40-15 here from Sitterman. Here is Wolfley. Pass to Muller. Micah Muller has the ball. Pass to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley with it. Wolfley goes up for 2. He will make the shot. Nice 2-pointer by Wolfley. He has 7 points tonight. He has 7 of the 17. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar to Welty. Back to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund for 3. He drains it on 3. Have a night, Sigmund. Wolfley. Timeout, Evansville. The Racers are up by a lot. 43-17. The Racers are up big on Evansville. The Hawks are struggling in this one tonight. Minette is into the game for the Hawks. And for the Racers, Carter Crum will replace Cooper Dunbar. Here's Micah Muller. Muller gives it to Minette. Minette back to Wolfley. Wolfley to Minette. Jenna Minette for 3. A big time 3 by the Hawks. Here's Carter Crum. Crum back to Lampley. Now it's Sigmund. Nash Sigmund to Welty. Pass to Lampley again. Here's Lampley. Lampley to Welty. Back to Lampley. Now Sigmund for 3. He will miss the 3, however. Muller with the rebound. Now here's Jenna Minette. Keeps it himself. Minette there. Now here's Gavin Wolfley. Missing the 3. They need to go on a run if they want to win this game. That is Evansville I'm talking about. Here's Lampley. Lampley back to Welty. Now it's Stevenson. Pass to Lampley. Now it's Sigmund again. Sigmund with it. Nice screen by Stevenson. Sigmund handoff there. Now it's Carter Crum draining the 3. Big time 3-pointer by Carter Crum. Now it's Gavin Wolfley. He has the ball. Back to Pearson. Pearson with it. Pearson to Muller. Muller to Wolfley. Here's Gavin Wolfley. Stays strong up the middle. He goes up for 2. Wolfley has been outstanding for the Hawks on the offense. But it's all Sitterton. Sigmund pass to Lampley. Landon Lampley missing the 2. Muller rebound. Pass to Minette. Here's Jenna Minette. He looks. Sigmund covering. Now here's Pearson again. Pass to Muller. Muller. Pass to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley for 2. 2 more points and then it will be a 20-point lead for the Racers. Here's Crum. Carter Crum has the ball. He holds on to it. Crum keeps it himself, taking it up for 2. Nice shot by Carter Crum. Now, here comes the motivation for Gavin Wolfley. Wolfley for deep 3-point range. He will miss the 3, and it's 48-24 after the 3rd quarter. Yes, that's right. I said after the 3rd. Racers up big on the Hawks. Sitterton 1 quarter away from going up 2-0 on the series. Yeah, we are back. We are back live here from Centerton. The Racers have been great. The assists of the game, Carter Crumb's 3. Great three-pointers here tonight. Pearson has it, now gives it to Trenton Wolfley. Wolfley has it. How about Dunbar there? Dunbar looks. Now here's Pearson with it. Pearson to Caesar. Ezra Caesar for 2. Dunbar's out there with Gordon. Then it's Grant Irwin, Landon Lampley, and Bo Polson. Here's Dunbar. Pass to Gordon. Now it's Polson. Polson to Lampley. Now it's Gordon. Jackson Gordon missing the 3. Swatted down by Irwin. Tried to give it back to the Racers, but couldn't. Here's Gardner. Gardner passes Caesar. Back to Gardner, and now it's Wolfley. Wolfley to Pearson. Pearson has it. Back to Wolfley. It's Trenton Wolfley now. Wolfley goes up for 3. Missing the 3 big time. Gordon with the big time rebound. Gordon keeps it himself, goes up for 2. He will make it. 2-pointer for Gordon, and they have 50. Wolfley with the ball. Wolfley back to Caesar. Ezra Caesar pass to Minette. Jenna Minette missing the 3. Irwin pass to Gordon. Jackson Gordon missing the 3. Caesar rebound. Pass to Minette. Here's Jenna Minette. Back to Pearson. Pearson for 2. Irwin almost blocked. Here's Dunbar with it. Dunbar has the ball. Pass to Polson. Now back to Dunbar. Here's Cooper Dunbar. Back to Gordon. Jackson Gordon front of the corner for 3. Pearson gives it to Wolfley. Trenton Wolfley with it. Wolfley there. Pass to Pearson with the slam. 53-30 here from Centerton. Jackson Gordon has the ball. Timeout Racers, but they are up by 23. Back live here from Centerton. 53-30. This game is unbelievably good. And I know that fans would agree. Great game from Centerton. 53-30, like I just said, but still a great game indeed. Here's Dunbar with it. The Racers have the ball. Here is Welly. Back to Dunbar, now it's Lampley. Dunbar with it again. Dunbar to Sigmund. Nash Sigmund will miss the 3. Pearson with the rebound. Now, here's Muller. Micah Muller for 2. Now, here we go. Dunbar to Weldy. Levi Weldy has the ball. Weldy. Pass to Dunbar. Dunbar goes up for 2. Nice shot by Cooper Dunbar. Nice shot by Dunbar. Now here's Micah Muller. Muller back to Wolfley. Gavin Wolfley has it. Pass to Trenton. Here's Trenton Wolfley. Trenton Wolfley for 2. Nice shot by Trenton Wolfley. Now here's Cooper Dunbar. Dunbar has it. Now here's Weldy. Weldy with it. Levi Weldy. Missing the 3. Stevenson rebound. Puts it up for 2. Stevenson for 2. Weldy with the miss. Stevenson rebound. And it is a 2-pointer by Stevenson. Here's Gavin Wolfley. Wolfley back to Pearson. Rohan Pearson for 3. Nice 3-pointer by Pearson. Here's Sigmund. Sigmund has it. He looks. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar. The pass is stolen by Moeller. Micah Moeller with the ball. Now here's Wolfley. It's Trenton Wolfley with it. No, Gavin Wolfley. Wolfley, though, will miss the 3. Weldy with the rebound. Now here's Dunbar. Pass to Sigmund. Sigmund goes up, missing the 2. Sigmund gets knocked down. Trenton Wolfley. Big pass to Moeller. Micah Moeller will miss the shot. It's Sigmund. Back to Dunbar now. Dunbar to Weldy. 1:10 left here in this game. Here is Dunbar. Dunbar holds the ball. Less than a minute left. Dunbar will miss. Moeller, big time rebound. 20-point game. Harper with the ball. Harper for 2. Here comes the Hawks. They are coming back, but it is pretty much too late. Now here's Sigmund. Sigmund has it. Moeller covering. Nash Sigmund back to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar missing the 3. Welding with the rebound for 2. 20-point game. Once again, 20-point lead by the Racers. Here's Wolfley. Trenton Wolfley has the ball. He goes up, back to Pearson. Here's Pearson. Back to Wolfley. Wolfley to Wolfley. Trenton Wolfley will miss the 3. Dunbar from Stevenson. And Dunbar can just hold the ball as the Racers are going to go up 2-0 on this series. The Racers 2 and the Hawks nothing in the series. Racers win, and we will see you from Evansville in Game 3. Racers up 2-0 as we head to Evansville for Game number 3. Great game here in the playoffs. Weldy, great game as well, but let's take a look at tonight's player of the game, Cooper Dunbar. Dunbar, one of the many great players from tonight. I have to say Sigmund was also great from 3-point range tonight. Crum as well. A lot of high-scoring players for the Racers. That will do it, folks.